Hi, welcome to our tutorial about Classkick and how you can use it with your students for formative assessment and aggressive monitoring during the flipped model or any kind of blended learning model. So here I am at classkick.com. What I'm going to do is I'm going to link this to my Google account whenever I log in and create an account. So that way all of my things can kind of go seamlessly together. So whenever I click login, I'm just going to make sure that I press continue with Google. I select my account when prompted and allow any permissions so that way everything gets linked together. So here I am on the Classkick homepage. Once I'm here, I can go ahead and click on this plus sign and I can create a new blank assignment. I can create from a file, meaning like any graphic organizers that I have digitally or anything like that, I can actually go ahead and use those in Classkick. And I can also browse their assignment library. Also, Classkick has great help and resources that you can use during any time. If you need help during this process or you need a little bit more information about some of the things that I kind of skim over in this video. So let's take a look at one of the activities that I've already made. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the edit mode on the top of my screen. I also have the assign and the view work, but we'll talk about those a little bit later. So I just have my name, I put my subject, my grade level, and then my access point. This is completely up to you how you want to do your access. Okay, so let's take a look at my first slide. Here I just have a picture of the incomplete metamorphosis life cycle. I have some text and I also have some audio. The great thing about Classkick is that I can embed all kinds of different things within my slide. This is going to be great for my students as like we can go through this together, or this is something that they can work on independently and I can look at as well. Up here you have your toolbar. You have your zoom in, your zoom out, your clickables, your pen and pencils, highlighters, erasers. You have text bars, lines and shapes, links, so you can embed a link to a specific article or a video or anything. Camera, this is going to be great. This is how I got this image. And then later you'll see that I actually took one of my worksheets that I had and I made it into a digital set. Also, that recording that I did over in the corner, I'm able to add audio. Also, I can create manipulatives, those drag and drop things as well. Another thing I can do is just add those fill in the blanks, and I can go ahead and add multiple choice, add stickers, which at this point isn't super helpful, but whenever you grade the students, it will be. Also, you can do different backgrounds that they have available as well. Over in the corner, you're going to notice points. Since I know my students would have this as an information slide, I'm not going to have any points that are associated with this one. However, now, this slide is kind of the same thing, but however, on this next slide, I have a sort. So I have the complete metamorphosis and then the incomplete, and then down at the bottom, I have different sets of images. So let me show you how I got that. I just clicked on the camera. I can upload from my computer. I found my specific worksheet that went with, and I have a couple options. I can go ahead and click select all. I can import all pages, or if I click next, it's just going to click on this one. But I'm going to choose a specific life cycle so my students can complete it in a sort. So let's just do a fruit fly. So just take the image of that, go ahead and click next, and I can add this to any of my slides. So I'm just going to make sure I keep it on slide 3, press next, and I can go ahead and click finish or add another. Again, that resource page, if I went through that too quickly, or you have other questions, that resource tab that's in the front homepage of Classkick has lots and lots of information. So I can go ahead and move this to the bottom, and now I know my students need to sort for the fruit fly. Again, you notice that my points have gone up since this is part of my activity. Another thing, like I said, is I'm able to integrate worksheets that I had for my kiddos. So I can add those fill in the blank boxes for them. I can go ahead and put these text boxes, or my students can go ahead and put those in. Depending on your grade level, you might have them go ahead and put it in as well. So as you can see, all of these things are here and ready to go for my kiddos. Now let's talk about how we would assign this activity. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the assign tab. I'm going to assign this activity to a specific roster. So before you do this, and you can even do this at this part, I'm going to click on specific roster and I'm going to do the sample roster. Just for the sake of time, I went ahead and created this. However, this would be super simple and easy. Whenever you click on your roster, you can change it up. You can look at how many people have raised their hands. However, since they haven't technically started yet, you're not going to be able to see that. You can see the students can be able to see the grades. whenever they're working. This helpers toggle is just talking about can students in the same class help each other. So that is completely up to you. Hiding means hiding the activity. The kids aren't going to be able to see it, and lock it. So once you've taken the grades, the students can lock it. And then this is what's going to be the part where we need to assign to our kiddos, whether that's in Seesaw or in Classroom. Whenever I click on this, I can click on Share to Google Classroom. That's why it was super important that I click Sign in with Google. So that way I can integrate this within my Google Classroom. Also within Seesaw, I can copy this link and I can add this as a multimedia instructions as the activity part of our Seesaw, or this could be like the actual activity and they just click check or something like that. Completely up to you how you want to add it. But whenever we take that link, we can put that within our Seesaw account. Now let's look at the view work option. What you're going to be able to see within this is your different students working on the different activities. So let's take a look at Megan's. So I'm going to click on the slide that I see Megan is working on, and let's see that, okay, I'm looking for if she is able to sort those complete and incomplete metamorphoses. So it looks like, unfortunately, her cockroach lifestyle isn't actually what it needs to be. So the stickers I was talking about earlier, I can use this to go ahead and use those. So those are like my comments that I can just kind of drag and drop in. I can also add audio for Megan. So I can say, hey Megan, I noticed that with your cockroach life cycle, you said complete metamorphosis. I want you to look at that a little bit more closely and look at the life cycle of what a complete metamorphosis looks like and what an incomplete looks like. I can then put this on top of or somewhere near her cockroach lifestyle, and then hopefully she's going to take that feedback and go ahead and make that change. So let's say I'm going to give her a 40 for that part. So that way, Megan is able to see like, ooh, something's wrong. I didn't get a 50 out of 50. How can I help? Again, that resource tab is going to be super helpful for you in case you want to learn a little bit more about these tools. The purpose of this was just to give you a generalized tutorial about what these kinds of things can look like for you and your students. If you have any questions about using Classkick, remember that Help and Resources tab within the homepage of the Classkick website is going to be super helpful. Also, don't hesitate to ask your instructional technology coach.